Alright. I've been wondering why you all are wondering why I gathered you all here today, and I've wondered why you've wondered that now the number of people has actually increased from the first time we all met in session 1. Now we have a sheep.
One.
Hello.
We have a sheep. We got a... Sammy, I forgot. Are you a cat, a goat,
Fox.
Fox. Elkos, how long have you been here? I just showed up.
A long while.
Fair enough.
I've literally become a fossil. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm slowly losing existence. Sonic, pick up the slack.
Wyvern, how long have you been
I'm
here?
losing existence, and you literally turn and all this time you suddenly turn into a fossil.
Yep, that'll do it. Alright, let's go give these to Knuckles and let's get this plot on the the road. We're working on Ares Island a bit more. Honestly, I probably could wrap it up in less than 15-20 minutes, but I'm gonna do some stuff to, like, fill this out a little bit. For now, we're continuing his journey with the Army Koco.
Those are your people out there.
But it's so hard, Knuckles, man.
Don't get on his bad side. He only did one time coaching in the Olympics.
Sonic, why are you smiling like that?
He's a silly.
I just think it's cute when Knuckles is stupid.
Excuse me?
I know what I said.
That sounds good.
I like being a commander. I like being a commander in a game where it's actually, thematically appropriate for me to be a commander. Have I told you why it's called War, Sonic?
No? Why?
Have I told you how I fucked up by saying, "Oh, we can do this in like 1 minute"? I made this up in 2 fucking minutes and then it failed.
Alright, operatives, roll out.
Whoa!
And pardon the
I
smoke
tried to-
screen.
I tried to liven the tension with a joke, but apparently people kept telling me time and place.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So this time around, I'm going to actually try to, look at my recording, on the television, because it may make it easier, if I can, oh crap, one got stuck right here. It
makes it a lot easier, Logan.
It may make it easier if I can see it happening, in the
moment.
Real time.
In real time, yeah.
Also,
I have to face the facts that sometimes... Oh, jeez. I have to face the facts that sometimes my recording software can delay a little bit. No.
Listen, you think
A little bit.
Listen,
A
you
lot
think
of it.
Listen, do you think I royally fucked over those rare few times in Mario Odyssey on my own accord? No, that's just because I was looking at the wrong screen.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I will be careful. Do the dance.
Yay, dance!
1 emerald, please. Wait, where's my emerald?
Right.
Dude,
You'll get 1 emerald.
Whoa.
no emerald today.
Rock.
That
Oh.
was padding.
Oh. We're looking back on his past.
They probably could have used a better, screenshot to encapsulate that, just for the record.
True.
I probably, if it were me, I probably would have used the photo or a drawing of, not drawing. I would have used, instead of the, oh dear. Instead of the angle of Sonic 3, I probably would have used a screenshot of Pachacamax Village in Adventure 1.
I mean, there's that. I mean, if we were still going to stick with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I probably would have picked, oh geez. That's right, there was a Phase 2 to the minigame.
Uh-oh.
But, anyway, yeah, no, what I meant to say was, if I was to use anything from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I probably would have used Hidden Palace Zone instead. Or Sky Sanctuary.
You know,
Those will work. Yeah, especially for Angel Island.
So I'll say right now, this part of the game was... I remembered when I could chuckle. Good times. But anyway,
And then I flexed my muscles.
But yeah, I remember, this section was one of the countless instances of me displaying my small brain, because I remember having a surprisingly rough time trying to knock out all these towers in the time limit.
If it means anything, I can sympathize. It took me a little bit to figure out the actual trick behind this phase.
Is this a good time to share that I've never
Hey
played
there.
through this game? Is this a bad time?
Really?
I mean, not really, but I feel like we had to have asked this a long, long time ago, but what's your primary experience with Sonic other than having an OC based off it?
Sonic X, and then the mobile game Sonic Forces Speed Battle. I played Shadow. I know I mentioned before Shadow the Hedgehog was like my first game technically.
Right, that's right, you fucking child.
Yes, I know. I am baby. And then what else? Oh,
Nice.
I have Frontiers. I just haven't played through it all because I just like fishing with
how
Big,
far
and then I
did you get?
stopped.
Aw.
I'm sorry.
There's our whole
Let me
dance.
see. And I know you also mentioned you played the Murder of Sonic VN.
Yes, it was wonderful. It's my favorite, and I love it. I want more.
And the
Would
best
you ever
part
consider
is,
playing
it was free.
True.
Yeah. Would you ever consider playing Sonic PO6?
Maybe.
If you want to know what that is, MB, PO6 is basically a fan-made. Would you
Salute.
say remaster? But basically, fans trying to make 06 a good game.
Sure.
I guess it also depends on how powerful MB's computer is, because that thing ain't a slash.
Oh no, then no. No.
Aw.
It's all right.
MB, do you run a toaster?
Yes, I actually have just set up to a toaster. I don't know how it's working, but it's fine. It's fine.
That,
Hey, you know,
Makes good
listen,
paninis.
you could probably still play Sonic Mania on the toaster.
you know that would
we'll
explain all the
see.
toast. You know that would explain all the toast on your desk every time we have calls.
Yeah. Sorry, I love bread.
It makes you fat, you know.
Nothing wrong with bread. Makes you what?
What?
That makes you fat.
With a PH or with an F?
That would explain how I'm thick then.
Well, I'll say MB, like the quote is supposed to be with an F, but with you it's always a PH.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
I'd say it depends on who you ask. Now then, our next
Me,
mission
it's
is
a
I need
capital
to
F.
find a.
No.
No, it's not.
Rude.
It ain't
If
that
you're,
bad.
for those wondering, we're doing this session right after we finish watching Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, which was fantastic.
Woo!
Well,
Actually, yeah,
most
I
of
think it's
us at
pretty
least.
I also didn't watch it. It's okay.
Then we
Oh.
will. Then you know what? We'll leave it at that, just so you guys aren't spoiled.
It's fine.
Well, and also because I feel like we might also want to leave it at that anyway, because I feel like any conversation regarding the show Matt would want to be involved in.
That is also true.
My phone is ringing. No,
That's
not
right.
my phone. Someone else's
The
phone.
phone-
That's mine.
Yeah,
It was
someone
just a
else's phone.
notification.
Gotcha.
Is this the Wonder Pets now
So-
or what? Anyway.
Aha. Wonder Pets.
Yeah, the phone is ringing song. Anyway, I live by too
Oh.
much childhood. Please save me. It's fine.
You're fine. Me, I am enjoying once again the ability.
Ooh.
I said the ability.
A
Yeah.
little too high even for you, Sonic. You might have to go from a
No.
different road.
This is not the different road. This is not the different road. Oh my gosh, I'm being shot at.
Run!
Hang on a second.
Target acquired.
No!
Required. Engaging.
Sound memory
track.
acquired. It's Dry Lagoon. That's actually not a bad track for this level.
Oh, that's
Makes
Rouge's
sense.
level in SA2, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet.
Sweet jazz.
Yeah.
Only
I
helps
need to
liven
find
things up
some-
around this dust hill.
Yeah.
It will as soon as I find a couple more things. Please be memory tokens. Nah, just a key.
Oh, just a key.
I don't need this. I genuinely am pretty stocked on. I want to say I'm pretty actually stocked on keys right now.
You know,
However,
imagine
first
this.
level-
Imagine this for a moment. If Sonic had a key ring for all those vault keys, would it literally just be a ring?
Yeah, I would imagine it would be a golden
yeah.
ring.
Probably would. But then again, we do have to then ask the question: where does Sonic store all of his rings? Almost said
Up
wings.
his ass.
Of his ass.
Oh, I thought
Either
I
up
thought
his
it
ass,
was
Wings,
in
either
his
up-
pockets, but
either
you know
up-
it's fine.
Either up his ass, buried in his quills, or in his boots.
It's in his
I like
pockets.
that me and Doug had the same brain cell.
Jump
Listen,
straight to it.
Listen, we had to witness Knuckles taking a Master Emerald out of his ass.
I was gonna be I was gonna be just very slightly more unhinged and say that Sonic just shoves them in his mouth cheeks.
He's a part chipmunk.
Oh,
Since
It's
when?
like Crash.
Yes. Whoa. Willy Ringy cheeks. I don't know.
Although it's funny that you mentioned Crash, because I know one of the animations for pulling out gems and crystals, one of the alternatives is up his posterior too.
Yep.
That is
Complete
true.
with a
And you
pop
hear a
sound.
very
yeah.
cartoonish pop. Yes. I don't know why they did that, but here we are. Yep.
Like that?
That's the one.
Lit. I mean, not lit. I mean,
Really?
what?
Willy ring-filled wombat.
Oh.
I thought they were onion rings. I like. Yeah, exactly. I just want some onion rings.
There we go. That should be an S rank.
He was absorbed.
I'm hungry.
Crash, you can't
be an S rank,
crash
please be an
those
S
aren't
rank.
onion rings.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will take that to the bank.
Aced it first try.
F.
Indeed.
Now, I really
Good
wish
job.
I could. Now, I really wish I could. Thank you. Now, I really wish I could take some of these instead of giving me keys, because that's the problem. Having keys is fine and all, but like after you get the vault keys, like how to put this? After you have all of the Chaos Emeralds that are actually locked in the vaults, as opposed to the ones that are locked behind mini games or locked behind,
Quests.
the boss, the boss itself, like the keys don't carry over between other islands, so it's. I don't know why they keep giving me.
Unfortunately.
Well, to
Well, I
be
mean,
fair,
that's just. I mean, that's just kind of the general point. It's like, who's to say that isn't going to be the first place to find keys in this area?
right. That's one of the consequences
Yeah.
for having an open-ended design like this.
Which I guess that is one way to, keep it, how to put it? That is one way to keep the difficulty balanced, is to basically just litter the whole the whole place. Litter the whole place with them. That way, you're guaranteed to find enough of them somewhere.
Yeah.
Looks
Even though
nice.
I'll still hold on to my opinion that, like, if I were to streamline a little bit for Frontier's sake, have the actual cyberspace levels locked behind certain enemies being alive, like the tank or the sumo that we fought last session.
Yeah.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I'm getting out of this one.
I guess that's something. I guess that is something that I can ask MB. Like, from what all you have exposed in terms of like Sonic games, like, what are your thoughts on, again, from what all you've seen, how they handled like the concept of like an open world Sonic game? And would you say, how would you say you would prefer it compared to, like, say, some of the more traditional like linear type of structure that Sonic's had before?
well, I don't know if I have a good say on that, since I haven't really played like a linear Sonic game in like the traditional sense. So I don't
mean,
know.
technically Shadow counts in that regard.
Well, I only played the first 15 minutes. So
King Koco.
yeah, but so I don't really know what I could say on that standpoint. But I mean, from what I've seen from this game so
Nope.
far, no,
You're getting abducted.
He stole it! No, get him!
Don't worry, just
Second time.
grind in his laser, stomp him, take it back.
Get him!
That was not as bad as last time. I forget if Hype was there to witness that
No, I was.
atrocity that happened before. Okay.
What happened?
Man, was that
Especially the glitching for the goddamn ground.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah, that
like,
was,
during the animation of him losing the emerald, I'm guessing something went wrong with Logan's hitbox, and he ended up clipping down through the floor.
Uh-oh. That's no bueno.
And so there was suddenly this genuine like concern of, geez, Wyvern is big.
oh, he
Yes, he's
big
a
worm.
big boy.
It's a big piece of shit.
Big worm. Love him though.
Just, Sage, release the big boy!
Says
Yes,
some
Father.
random random machine he made at that exact moment. I don't know, because Sage can't say that, and not even Cubot at his worst would say it in such a voice like that.
Like, hang on. Now I'm curious. Like, could you repeat without the voice? Could you repeat the line again?
Yeah, that big guy. The whole thing of I'm just saying, like, at his worst is that, like, I don't think even when Cubot like had his voice chip like all kinds of messed up, I don't think even then it sounded that weird.
I'm a big boy.
Okay, maybe we say we say that maybe it's possible. I think I
Sonic, you
messed up
can't
which platform I was
swim.
aiming for.
Don't do it.
I tried. I can dream.
You can
Sonic
dream. Ha! Sonic
When
dream.
he was a-
Dream Herald.
when he was just a little boy, Sonic dreamed
I-
he could sleep with the fishes.
Oh,
And then he realized where the fishes slept and decided, you know what? Dreams are for pansies.
no! What?
Dreams are for the Apple Arcade and nothing else.
Ah.
Oh, you
I
know what?
really hope that's only temporary.
I'm sure it is, but you know what? Since she wasn't there when we were talking about
Whoa.
it, well, actually, both of them weren't there when we were talking about it.
that
Sam,
another
MB,
time.
Your thoughts on what all you've seen of Sonic Dream Team?
I didn't expect a thick, freaking lamb sheep thing.
Yeah, look at that, MB.
again.
A canonical sheep in the games.
Yep.
Yeah, her name is REM. You know, as a pun on like REM sleep.
There you go.
Rem.
Alright, fine. Well, why not?
But
REM sleep, my bad.
from what I could tell of it, it kind of just reminds me of like one of the only fan game I was in, which was Virtual Sonic. It reminds me eerily of that a little bit, and I'm like, flashbacks.
Aww.
Well,
Well,
I
I
was about to say,
mean,
like, I'm
the
not quite
game is
sure
good.
how-
Just don't mind some of the voice acting in it. There's one
Well,
person in it.
actually,
that I
like-
just don't.
That's fair.
Sorry, I was just trying to remember. Like, isn't that game technically supposed to be like a VR-ish game since it takes place entirely in first person?
Yep.
It's big.
Which, you know, that's still probably the biggest, like, red flag for, like, probably the one franchise you probably wouldn't want to do in VR, considering, you know,
It actually did
Sonic
okay.
constantly spins.
So was it VR in the sense of you were really King Salmon? So was it VR like you could actually see like from Sonic's perspective?
Yeah,
or
you
was
could see it
like-
from Sonic's perspective the whole entire time.
Oh, how did they handle spin? Yeah, how did they handle spin dashing?
Or jumping.
You know, that is a good question because I don't
'Cause
have
that's
a
a-
VR set, so I wouldn't know how it handles.
Well, I mean, even without the VR set, like, remember, it's all in first person, so naturally you're gonna, like, if it is from Sonic's perspective...
It is a little dizzying, but it did, I guess, feel like you were Sonic.
Right.
Okay.
I also remember just like slightly going on voice work real quick. The only other thing I remember from that, like aside from Sam being on that, I know a friend of mine, Landy, was in it too. I want to say he was Sonic in that game.
Yeah, he was Sonic, I was Tails and Cream. I was two roles, and then
There
Eggman
we
was
go.
somebody we don't
nice.
mention.
Right. I forget. Wasn't Knuckles
it
in that game
Land?
too?
No, Knuckles wasn't in that.
Was it Landy who was Sonic in that one fan game we covered, Sonic GT?
Oh no, that was someone else.
Oh, okay.
Can I also just say real quick before I forget, I almost forgot last session we had that whole, like, Starfall event, because I completely forgot how many freaking, like, hook coins you were able to earn, like, holy shit.
I got a lot, and I'm gonna make the most of it because I'm actually. How many am I missing of these voice logs?
I think you more or less got all of them.
Hang on, let's see how
check
many
real
you
quick.
have.
You have 22.
22.
Okay, you're missing
you
two.
have
You're missing
all.
2 of them.
Oh, two.
No, you're missing 2.
Okay, well let's just buy those. I'm just gonna get a bunch more of the Knuckles memory tokens. I want to move this plot along.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
happy
no,
we're
again, like,
fishing. I'm just happy.
I mean, oh, you know, like, since you're here for the first time, and be like, I'll reiterate that I do think this is probably the best use of Big's fishing gimmick in the whole series. Just because it's relatively breezy, it's relatively out of the way, it's only one of the, like, if you find it, then, I mean, it's relatively cozy, and you can gain a lot of stuff that kind of makes the rest of the game's challenge kind of a moot
Sonic,
point.
you're not supposed to touch that. Sonic, you're not supposed to touch
Don't
that.
touch
Without-
that.
Sonic,
No,
yeah,
no,
Text-
don't
text-
touch it.
Cut
mean,
for
no,
less
him
gloves.
just laying down on the dock.
Well, that, and he's also he's not even touching it. Like, he's clearly hanging on, to it by the string.
True.
The hell? A Madaka. Besides, some of those things are only poisonous if you lick them. Sonic, do not lick. Sonic, don't look at me. Do not.
I can take a challenge.
No, Sonic,
I may
don't
be a
do
Rest
it.
in
Daredevil.
peace, Sonic. He died again.
Oh my
You
god.
died doing what he
All
loved.
right, die, I guess.
Wait, what do you mean again?
Doing what he loved. Being an idiot.
And everyone calls me the idiot.
Sonic, you gotta.
Seahorse.
Can you imagine a seahorse with another seahorse and just make it
I love that. What made that work for me was how Hype like effortlessly transitioned from whatever the hell he was saying
hey,
before
sunfish.
immediately into. Could you imagine? Just like immediately just like moves the camera, like he grabs the camera, shifts it over to look at him. Like, could you imagine?
I only wish that love was that effortless for all people. Then maybe society will be a better place.
So was that all the memos?
There's one more.
Yeah,
Well,
you
at
need
this point, let's make this quick. Let's bring up the spit. Or
The
we can finish
spit?
some more.
Huh?
Well, he already
Oh,
threw
okay,
his lure
I'll
in.
do the spit as soon as I. Okay, as soon as I catch this in, I'm bringing in the spit. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, chopper. It's a small chopper.
Yeah?
What's that doing? Jeez, imagine all the fucking murder it did in that lake.
Yeah.
Put that back in.
Alright.
Why is there blood in the corner?
Go.
Time
Alright.
to make some meat.
Anyone?
Setting up.
Anyone up? Yeah. Anyone hungry for some choice beef?
Mmm.
It's made out of my cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, you did too soon.
Not quite.
Oh
too soon,
no, Sonk.
Try again.
Like, I think you have to
I'm-
do it like
I'm a
right
hungry
as the
fella.
song ends.
Just a little after.
Just a
Just
little
pay
after,
attention.
yeah.
Just pay attention to the meat. Like right there. There you go.
Okay, so the minute it gets to its like nice rich darkness, this is when I should stop.
All right, that should do it.
Yep.
But who's who's to say we can't
I
have
want
one more?
one more.
Thanksgiving. I want thirds.
Burn it. Just burn
The
it. Let it
fuck's a
overcook.
Thanksgiving?
Do it.
But
Listen.
Overcook it.
but Logan, that's
Yay!
Oh.
I mean, oh no.
Well, some prefer it that way.
What?
Well, look,
Fair.
it's the day
Okay.
after Thanksgiving. We gotta get rid of these leftovers somehow.
That is also
So
true.
should I read all of them now? Like, do you think it's spoilers to read a lot of them now, or should I?
Nah,
wait
it's
till later in the game?
I'd say it wouldn't hurt to do it now. Just get it out of our system. You also would make up for the fact that we're still in Ares Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, and otherwise this part would be a lot shorter than the usual parts.
Correct.
Still.
So who's up for the character development Eggman is sorely missing throughout the rest of the story?
I am!
Yeah, 'cause he's kind of just there. So right away,
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace.
aye.
Because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do.
Listen, we need to get Mike. Like, he needs to get his voice acting in somewhere, and this is probably where it all is.
Wait.
Oh yeah, G-Win.
Sages helped me avoid the worst of it, and it doesn't appear to be manned. Is it a defense mechanism?
It's bringing back from your memories.
I have to. Oh, wait.
Here keeps shifting. I'm finding recreations of regions from South Island, West Side Island, even Angel Island. Where is this environmental data coming from?
No idea.
I do
Yes, I-
love these. The only critique I have is that, like, for a handful of them, I feel like, the rest of the game, I think Mike sounds as awesome as he usually does. I feel like for some of these logs, he feels a little too laid back for, like, some of the things he's saying in these.
Considering he is in an area where he doesn't even know if he'll be able to get back to civilization again. Also, I am so sorry. I am ignorant. What is South Island?
It's the
Sound-
the landscape, the location of the original Sonic game,
Yeah.
And Sammy, where's West Side Island?
Sonic 2.
Yeah, Sonic 2.
Sonic 2?
Yeah, that's what.
Oh.
Yeah, basically,
Yep.
there's a location for the original 3 Sonic games. South Island was Sonic 1, West Side was Sonic 2, Angel Island goes without saying.
Okay.
I found elements from my own Eggman, United Federation, even planet Dongpa Kingdom race data.
That's a heck of a reach.
I can surmise
Dampa Kingdom, wasn't that Team Sonic Racing?
Yep.
Yep.
scope of these
Yes.
With the big
Dongpa.
Tanuki character.
Tano.
Who everyone thought was Eggman, but no, it was just a guy who looked and sounded and was voiced by Eggman.
No, actually, it was Kyle Beer.
It was big.
Oh, really? I thought it was
yeah,
Mike.
It was big.
Ah.
Fair
People thought he was a scrupulous sort, but nah, he was totally legitimate.
Yeah.
I am officially jealous. This entire branch was
Now there's the Eggman we know and love.
previously settled on these islands. The level of technology they employ is completely alien to me.
It's because it is.
Salvage it.
But
Keyword. Yet.
Appears the Starfall Islands act as the CPU for cyberspace.
That's nuts.
Once I'm out of here,
whole
I get security
patch of
at
dirt.
all costs. I'm not able to access the data too readily, but it appears the entire history of the ancients is recorded here in cyberspace.
Uh-huh.
And that, they logged their memories, their desires. It's almost like they encoded their very
Their darkest
souls in
secrets.
this place.
I was about to say, do not open the folder that says taxes 1978. It is not taxes.
Oh.
It's Texas.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Predate any civilization by a wide margin.
Yeah?
No, that's fine.
Echidnas? Like arms? Please.
Please.
Babylonians? Hardly. And yet they didn't seem to influence.
There you go, everybody. Shadow the Hedgehog is now still canon.
He's what?
Loosely canon.
Stop them from conquering the world.
He is a
But
loose
also,
cannon.
I
yes.
guess But I guess also these ancients, who I still believe to be a precursor to chaos as we know it, somehow is now officially confirmed to be one of the oldest surviving, species or civilizations, period.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, if there's any excuse to not delve too deep into the Echidna lore anymore. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dang.
Finding multiple connections
Sorry there.
in the chaos emerald.
Blame Penders.
Wah.
Emeralds in mind.
I may still cover Sonic Chronicles Remastered once that game ever gets finished.
That'd be fun.
Some more mysteries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Arg.
Ancients seem to have employed a
Arg.
series of
Ga, ga, ga.
icons.
I don't know where that came from. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Used by the Koco running around the island. Did the Koco inspire the ancients?
Anybody got any spinach?
Could you accept Mike Pollock as Mr. Krabs in your heart?
If Clancy Brown no longer wanted to do it, sure.
Okay.
I can see it working.
Who wiped out the ancients? That's for certain.
It was me. I mean, what?
Caused dire environmental
It was
And
a sh-
be why?
It was the sheep.
some
A sheep in wolf's clothing.
borrowed time.
A sheep in
I didn't-
sheep's clothing.
I played the fifth.
Now then, what's up next?
Don't believe this.
I don't believe this. No way.
On the recorded genealogy of the ancients,
No, it could.
advanced archives I have with me. They're relatives of chaos.
I knew it.
There it is! There it is!
He said it!
About time someone confronted.
Eroded to the point they were completely transformed into a new species. Some kind of
A species that would be very marketable and loved by fans the world over.
To
they
a point
sold
where
a
they
single
demand
Koco
that they
plushie?
come back.
Have they sold a single Coco plushie?
No.
Oh, we're
I
talking.
feel like I'm pretty sure they sell some sort of merchandise involving the Koco.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I see. You're talking about the Chow.
Yeah, I was talking about the Chow.
Fair enough. My bad.
I mean, hey, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice knowing that they're both made out of the same cloth.
ancient network spanning the Starfall Islands.
It's like the Chows are the heartless and the Coco are the nobodies.
Oh.
Sage will take over the alien network, take control of all its resources, and give them to me. Once I'm out of here.
What's the matter for you?
That laugh.
That'll help.
Performing at peak efficiency. Makes me wonder where I went wrong with Orbot and Cubot.
You did a lot wrong with them.
Dang.
You know, does make me wonder in retrospect. Like, was Sage's whole, peak efficiency, as Eggman quotes, was it actually, his? Did it have anything to do with, his own tinkering, or maybe it was because of the influence from the ancients, like how,
It is-
like when
Well, I guess
Eggman
it
literally plunked her right on that portal to the cyberspace. Did
Well,
that have
I can
some
make-
sort of effect?
Well,
Go ahead.
I guess a lot of it really does kind of depend on like just how recent, like as far as the the timeline of this game. How long has Sage been around with Eggman before he went to the Starfall Islands?
I
Probably
could've
not that
sworn
long.
I could have sworn the first cutscene when we see her interacting with him, even he had mentioned something about like he was surprised that now she had taken on this new form or something like that. Where
That, and to be fair, a good majority of these egg memos are pretty much. They make it apparent it happened. Like, all this is most likely happening after he got sucked into cyberspace.
Probably.
Right.
Despite her best efforts, Sage can't seem to control the Titans. Phooey.
Aw.
Prompt them to act, but
She
something
can literally ignite their aggro on Sonic.
Exactly, and I do agree with you, Hyde. Like for instance, that there, it felt like the first and the second sentences were recorded in the same point, and then someone later asked him to throw in a fooey, and then they just kind of spliced that in between.
Ha! Phooey!
Like, I don't think it's even so much splicing. It's just a matter of just, like, overall direction. I feel like when he's, like, upset about something, he doesn't quite sound as, like, childishly upset as he usually makes Eggman sound in things.
Probably because of the
True.
more serious direction that they're given as well.
Yeah,
Right.
I definitely would not recommend this game or this game's story as like someone's introduction or first, like, you know, the child, but the budding bright-eyed baby boy's like first Sonic adventure, or budding bright-eyed baby girl. They can also enjoy Sonic.
It's not me, but it was me. Anyway, please continue.
Fair.
Age keeps running the numbers by me, and it's getting tedious. Yes, the power that wiped out the ancients was formidable. Yes, unleashing it on this world would be catastrophic. But I'm a genius. Once I'm out of here, I'll find a way to handle it. Better yet, weaponize it against Sonic.
So how many
One
times
pull
I
up
think...
the-
You see, that delivery I think is a lot more in line with what I would expect from Eggman.
Fair.
But yeah,
And
no,
yes,
Logan and I had the
understand-
exact same. Logan and I had the exact same thought. Literally, bring up a list of all the times Eggman had this exact same plan,
Got
and
to
the
the
back
bulletin
literally
board.
blew up in his face.
Hey, in my defense,
And this
Time
most
Eater
recent-
actually worked better than I expected it to, so at least give me that one.
And this most recent attempt, toilet flushing. Anyway, I don't have a toilet flushing set. You get the idea. Karen, Plankton, anyway.
Age has been crucial to my survival here in cyberspace. Early warnings of hostile entities, guiding me past firewalls, keeping me updated on progress in the real world. She's the best. It's a program. An adorable program, a very personable program. I wonder if she has a preference.
Aww.
Yay.
That's cute.
I-
I do like that. That's cute.
Budding feelings were born that day.
I never really knew my cousin. Everyone spoke of her like she was
There she
very
is!
special. All that love for someone who
Oh,
was
look at that.
gone when I was right there.
Ah.
Back then, was she anything like Sage is now?
This
It
feels
is
like
honestly
the
nice
only...
to actually see Eggman acknowledge Maria for a change.
And
Yeah, I was
somewhere
about
in
to
the
say, 'cause I
distance,
think-
Shadow was crying.
Because I think, like, unless the Archie comics did it, I feel like as far as the game's concerned, this is, like, the only time Eggman ever, like, directly acknowledged Maria.
I mean,
Yeah,
here he
he-
explains why he never really like acknowledged her until now, because they were so distant to the point of not even knowing each other. And then
I
that middle line right there, that is 100% an Eggman line. I love it.
I was right there. But I think Sammy, you guys were gonna say the same thing as me. But like, I feel like maybe in SA2 he name dropped her once when
He
trying to
did.
bring up Gerald, but that was it. Like,
It was purely just because that was the passcode to open up Project Shadow.
that's true. I don't know. I want to like see I want the image in my head of like Maria there, and then there's young Robotnik, and Robotnik is just looks as cartoonish and doofy as he normally does, just next to Maria.
Literally
yes-
the egg-shaped grandson that Gerald didn't entirely expect.
Actually, I guess random. I'm trying to figure out like how have they ever said how old Eggman is
Yes.
In his 40s.
Never explicitly.
in his 40s? Okay, so then okay,
I
so
mean, I guess I don't think it was ever explicit, but he's definitely middle-aged.
okay, because I'm just thinking out loud. So thinking out loud is like a revision to what I was just thinking. I don't know if Robotnik would have been old. I don't think he would have been alive when Maria was like alive. I feel like all that stuff happened before.
Most
his time.
likely not.
Maybe I'm not sure. I mean, granted, he'd have to be considering he knows Gerald.
Everyone spoke of her
Right.
like she was very
I mean, like you can see a photo. Fair.
funniest joke during
Funniest joke.
How fast can Sonic screw things up? Instantly, he's the fastest thing alive. Chip off the old block. Well, for a program, I mean, it's not like she's alive, or family, or. Says I can't create life, huh? Just a bunch of proteins pumping together. Anyone can do
I
it.
never want to hear Robotnik refer to the act of intercourse as that ever again. A bunch of proteins bumping together.
Perfectly effective.
I mean, isn't that how one would make a baby?
Her dad is a genius. That's why.
I guess.
I think Logan just doesn't want to imagine
Oh, yeah.
Eggman procreating.
Well, I mean, to be
don't
fair,
know.
depending on which continuity you want to go for, that is technically how Eggman Nega was made.
Electrons. And if I did
Yeah.
That's
Can we move on to the next memo, please?
perfectly effective,
Yes, because I do love. This is one of my favorite deliveries.
Sonic's on the island. Of course, Sonic is on the island.
Sorry.
I remember the last time I had a good night scheme without him ruining it.
That's a nice phrase. Good night
Still,
scheme.
For a purely organic creature, obtaining Mach 1 of his own volition is impressive. I'm man enough to admit that.
Really?
Sure.
Really? Are we? I was like, really? Are we capped at only Mach 1? I feel like we've done faster than that before. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just one of those things where, like, he does it so effortlessly, whereas going any
That's
further
true.
than that does take a little bit more out of them.
True. Eh,
If I'd have had him again, like boosting, for example, like, you can't tell me that's not under a meter.
yeah. And for a lot of these, I also like to imagine that Ian is just kind of like either confirming or just having his fun to like say like, yes, here are some things. For instance,
Sonic who named me Eggman. Except the joke's on him. I embraced
for those who are wondering, why would he call himself Eggman and like Egg Empire and all stuff? Well, because he just goes for it.
feared across the ages. I'm not going to adopt Baldy McNose.
If they're the only this and the one time in Lost World is probably like the only reasons why I'm not too miffed about them bringing up that stupid fucking show from Colors.
Sorry, colors.
It appears Amy Rose has been dragged into the mix. Clever girl. Tenacious.
Ooh.
She's come a long way since being an easy pawn in my schemes to ensnare Sonic.
Yeah, I forgot about the times when Amy was just the bait for a while.
Well, the one time
all
she
of
was
once.
bait.
When you hang around with
Well, I mean, no,
Oh,
technically
yeah,
twice.
only-
Technically twice.
What was the Oh, that's right, because there was that one time.
Sonic Adventure.
Oh.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
that was,
remember, yeah.
even though that was more just a case of unfortunate circumstance, because she was literally protecting the bird that had the emerald that Eggman wanted.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're getting close to the end of these.
Knuckles is here too. What a rube.
What a maroon.
But also a boon when I can get him to go off in the right direction. Wait, if he's here, that means the Master Emerald is unguarded. Its power will be mine. Oh, no way. I'm stuck here.
Rouge would like to
And
call
meanwhile,
I
Eggman
love-
and say, no, that's mine.
I love that.
Although he does bring up a good point. The fact that like Knuckles is here, the Master Emerald's unprotected. Meanwhile, Rouge is like, ooh boy, 5-finger discount.
Ooh, it's
I'm
all
on my
for
way-
me. Knuckles shouldn't have. It's my birthday
Text.
present.
Texts Knuckles just to rub in his face. On my way. He's like, nah. Anyway, but I love the fact that that was Eggman's immediate like that was his actual just thought process. Just then like, Knuckles. Then that means the Master Emerald's alone is unprotected.
Kid!
Instead of like just
Wait,
eyebrow
I'm
wiggles.
I'm also here. Shoot.
And what were you about to think? Were you gonna think of him doing like a mustache wiggle instead
yeah, I
of
was
the
about to
eyebrow
say instead of
wiggle?
him doing the eyebrow wiggle, it's just his mustache wiggling.
I actually really want to see that now. Damn it. Anyway, last one.
So it's no surprise Tails is too.
Of course.
Kind of
That's
not
not
on
until the
end
next
off-
mare.
Power has a
Kind of not on end off on, but
I guess it's because it's the order you see them in their islands.
that's true.
And again, maybe that's for the best. Given all the trouble he gave me in Station Square and all
Thank
the
you.
arc,
Thank you.
I think I prefer him wasting his potential lingering in Sonic's shadow.
Rude.
Thank you, Ian, for Thank you, Ian, for attempting to fix what Forces did to Tails.
Also,
Yeah.
I find it
No
funny
fucking
that
kidding.
like it's so funny. Like I know it's been the case since his inception, but it is still weird to hear like characters in game actually refer to Tails' last name.
Yeah, Prower, because it's a clever, stupid joke.
Miles Growler.
You know-
Power.
Man, just imagine that timeline. Imagine a timeline if we went on where they
Whoa.
didn't decide to just call him Tails, like they did keep to Miles Prower.
I mean,
Still love him.
it would certainly make Marvel crossovers a little bit easier for Spider-Verse now that you think about it. But I mean, I don't know.
Because it's
You
like,
know-
let's be real here. Like every other character, it's like Sonic. Like Sonic has his name because he goes like really freaking fast. Like that's that's generally like the term Sonic is normally used in that regard. Then you got Knuckles, who he punches things with his rock hard fist Knuckles.
Right.
I will probably have to pick this up again. Dang it!
Oh.
Most likely.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like
got it.
honestly, like being fair, I feel like either name for Tails would work because like his real name has the pun, but then Tails is pretty out because his two tails. Although Logan bringing up the notion of like comparing him to like Miles Morales, now I'm just instantly imagining like a couple of like snippets of Miles from the first Spider-Verse, but just reenacted by Tails. Like Tails, like he's going up to like say Fiona or Cream, and he's just trying to do that.
Puts
Hey.
his tails on her shoulder. Eh.
You could also put Cosmo into that too, because people really like Cosmo.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you could.
Remember when she was? Remember when in another universe where he briefly dated a girl that looked like him?
Wait, what?
What?
Boom.
I
Oh,
did.
Zoe!
Zoe!
Thank you, Zoe. That was her name.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. I forgot about her.
It took me a second to remember that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, whenever I think back to the episode, the only thing that sticks to my mind is, like, at the very end, where Eggman is all like, "You're welcome," and he just plays music on his app.
True.
Yeah.
I always feel weird about Tails dating because he's 8 years old.
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a limit thing. Like, I think him having like a harmless crush is fine, but I agree that like him actively wanting to date probably shouldn't be a big priority for him. I mean, realistically, it shouldn't be a big priority for a lot of Sonic characters, but that's a whole different type of conversation.
With Amy, I can
Yeah.
kind of accept it because like she's like almost about to be like a teenager. She's a preteen, and preteen girls will think about that kind of shit. So I guess I can kind of accept that a little bit more. But like Tails is like a young lad, like very young lad.
No. Do you think those ages still applied in the Boom universe?
No, they did. They applied there still.
They do? Okay.
They do? Wow.
Yeah, they do.
Well,
It's odd because I'm thinking out loud. What was the result of Tails and Zoe again?
They
Kinda
dated.
kinda
They
just
dated.
yeah, they did, and I think it honestly only lasted like the one or two, like one episode or two at most.
Because is it odd that I honestly at the time maybe because technically like no you don't. Oh shoot.
Whoops.
I went too fast. Maybe it's because tonally she was meant to be like older than Tails. I kind of could have seen him dating the purple mechanic girl.
Oh,
I
you
forget
mean
who
the
she
Bandicoot
is.
character?
Yeah, the Bandicoot.
Oh,
keep forgetting she's a Bandicoot.
Percy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Percy.
Yeah, Percy.
Way to go,
sense.
Percy!
Shame they never did much with her in the show.
Nah, the only thing that they gave us was probably one of my favorite lines that I just said from her perspective, seeing all the insanity that the Sonic crew were doing in all of their heads, thinking that they were being so witty or so yada yada, and then the income sticks and she just screams and runs off. Jesus, nice.
she seems nice.
That was it. No, it was good.
You know, now I'm
Yeah,
also
Zoe's
again,
wondering,
apparently also 8'2", apparently. I don't believe that for a fucking second.
Wait, who?
with how she looks.
Wait,
Zoe.
who?
Six? Oh,
Zoe.
Zoe, never mind.
Zoe's
There's no way there's no way she's 6.
No,
no 8. I said she's
No,
8.
8.
8.
Yeah.
still don't believe it.
I really
I'd say
can't.
At the very
Go ahead.
least 10.
Yeah, no, she's
I
apparently
can't-
8 though.
I mean, honestly, both her and Tails already look, old. Like, or let's just say, like, just for Tails at the very least, he already looks older than his regular game counterpart. So the fact they still stick with those at same ages does seem a little weird to me.
I
Zoe just
can't-
doesn't look
I'm-
fucking 8 or sound 8.
That's my thing. That's the thing. I'm sorry. I just cannot take these. I can't take these numbers that they're tossing out seriously.
Well, that's
Not
well,
really.
to
I
be
mean,
fair.
that's kind of the reason why.
Well, actually, I'll let you do it because you were about to say it anyway. I was actually about to lead into a different topic, so you go first.
Yeah, the long and the short of it is that the funny thing is that Sega. I mean, there's kind of a reason why Sega kind of just mostly ignores the age, like the whole like characters having in their their respective ages because it's because of stuff like that.
Yeah, really, kind of.
Almost never acknowledge. They almost never acknowledge that Tails is still an 8-year-old anymore, or Sonic for that matter. Like he's still kind of just whatever they feel like.
Yeah.
15.
Well,
usually.
I think the only real exception to that, and even then it's one of those things where like they barely ever touch upon it at all, is Cream.
Right.
Yeah, Cream
like
is 6 still.
yeah, like Cream, Charming,
Right,
and
and
Tails. I can still...
Then technically, she's still she's still living with her mother. So
Yeah.
Right. That's the
imagine
main thing
it's-
is when they have a familial relationship.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
I would argue that like the only characters that are like have like very concrete age ranges are the ones that are very clearly kid coded, like Tails, Cream, and Charmy. The rest of them, I'd argue, are a little bit more fair game.
Right, especially Amy, because it's also like, back in the day, she was like, she was listed as a 12-year-old. I mean, look at her now and ask me if you think she's still 12 years old.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, before I forget, something I wanted to bring up since we were talking a lot about Boom. Because I do remember Ian saying that he really did want the games to adapt this eventually. Let's say for the sake of argument, and there is precedence of it somewhere in Frontiers, let's say for the sake of argument that they do actually incorporate Styx into, like, the modern canon here. How differently, if at all, would you say she would be compared to how she is in Boom?
I'd say if they... I don't know. To be honest, I couldn't begin to say. The most I would hope for is that maybe they tone down on her being this weird freaking...
Conspiracy nut?
Like,
Conspiracy.
exactly, being a total conspiracy nut she was in Boom.
Conspiracy fourth breaking nut.
Exactly. Like, I feel like that's something that either needs to be toned down or fucking die, because that honestly made her easily one of my least favorite aspects of Sonic Boom.
No, that is completely fair. I can see that.
Knuckles, others, here we go.
Yes.
It's go time.
Finally time to move this far forward. My
Knuckles,
bad.
I hate.
Yay, nominees.
Knuckles, I hate to inform you, but Rouge has stolen the Master Emerald.
Again?
What?
I love both of your emotions, like just anger and don't mind Wyvern. That's Wyvern
thanks,
shadow. Don't
Wyvern.
worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Bad time?
Ages ago, my people were wiped out by a cataclysm. I know the Koco faced something similar. It reminds me I'm the last Echidna, that I'm alone.
Technically, you're the last Echidna.
Well, he's the last living Echidna.
Last.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, I forget. Did Shade die in the?
I think Shade's.
No,
I think
Shade
Shade's as good as.
went back to her own fucking
Yeah.
timeline. I think.
I'm also just willing to bet that I don't. That's like the one aspect of. I'm pretty sure that's like the one thing they're still going to deem non-canon.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, because Ken Penders sued it and claims Shade now.
Sorry.
That and that game ended on a very nasty cliffhanger, so they're not going to follow up on it.
You two are.
I was even about to
dumb
say for shits and giggles for a lighter note. Someone actually asked me to do a
Collab?
dub of that scene.
Oh, dub. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I remember, Lanny was Sonic, and someone asked me to do his Knuckles.
Oh.
No. I have run the simulations. They are doomed.
Hey, Sonic, do you hear
Knuckles,
a
you're
weird little
literally
girl's
just going to
voice?
die as the last Echidna.
Actually,
Oh shoot.
God damn it!
What's up, MB?
I was saying,
What's up,
actually,
Andy?
I've done the calculations. They're doomed.
Well, there's that, and I was also just thinking,
Aw.
while she's monologuing, Knuckles is like, "Hey, Sonic, do you hear a little girl's voice nearby?"
Who the fuck's that little child? Who the fuck is this child?
No?
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You know, I just suddenly had a very thought-provoking, thought just now
What's up?
regarding
What's that?
Knuckles' whole backstory, and I'm pretty sure there's been round table discussions regarding this whole thing about how the whole cataclysm that made Knuckles literally the last of his kind,
Uh-huh.
and it's like that all happened like centuries.
Cameraman, where were you
Son-
in that exchange?
You see, Sonic was so petrified with fear that he forgot how gravity worked.
Oh my god, that's the hardest I've heard you wheeze like that.
Holy
Oh my
shit!
god.
Okay, so I'm stuck to going down. Fine.
I was about to say for shits and giggles. Nope, I get the fuck out of here. But that could have been better. That could not have been better.
Man, way to go, Sonic.
Anyway, continue.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Somebody
you were
was
saying about
saying
Knuckles?
Okay. So it's like we all know the whole cataclysm that happened way back in Sonic Adventure, where essentially the Pachacamac tribe essentially got wiped off the face of the map. And I think Tikal's literally all that was left, and then she suddenly turned into the red ball like we all know now.
Yeah.
Then that just begs the question of like if I guess that just also just begs the question like we now live in a time period where we have Knuckles, and he's the last of the Echidnas now, and it's like. It does kind of raise a question, like, how did it come to that point when, all like the really big, like the really bad thing that happened to the Echidna tribe happened well past his time.
Well, I know they try to like granted two different continuities, but I know the movie tried to touch on something similar to that, where it's like the Echidnas were about to go on their last big attack against the Owls, and Knuckles' dad insisted that he stayed home while he did the attack, and that was like the last time he saw him.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had
Yeah,
to
no, that definitely happened in the more recent time frame. So I can that I can totally buy.
As they retcon to call his Pachakamix fucking child in that canon.
The father.
But yeah,
Well, then
like,
again, I mean, now that I think about it, was his dad supposed to be Pachacamac or someone's completely separate?
I thought Pachacamac was
no,
just
they
the village
said
leader.
Pachacamac was supposed to be Knuckles' like father in that movie, which made Ken Penders want to shit himself.
But
Well, listen. He has no room to touch that, considering that's still pretty in line with actual game canon.
Yeah, I was about to say. And
Yeah,
plus,
he still was
Pachacamac
planning on suing them, though. That didn't stop him.
Whoop.
Well, I mean,
shouldn't have followed those
fat
rings.
load that was going to do to him, considering that's still Sega's property.
Yeah, I was about to say
He can't touch that.
I was about to say Pachacamac is still technically a game character, so what ownership does he have over him?
He has ownership over all the echidnas.
Well, all the echidnas that were
Well,
in the
explain
comics, so
why
fat load
Knuckles
that
is there.
He is the last.
Well, actually, like, when it came to the lawsuit regarding, like, Chronicles, he almost actually did get Knuckles, like, officially. So you wouldn't have seen Knuckles, like, at all.
God, that would have been a dark.
I wonder if that explains why Knuckles was on a huge hiatus up until Generations.
Yeah, that was why.
We'll do that again. That was
Which
fun.
is stupid in retrospect, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck Ken Penders did that. He did.
Styling and profiling.
Got it.
Well, in any case, yeah, no, like, as far as, like, the game canon is concerned, it's like, you have to stop and wonder, like, how did Knuckles come to be the last of the Echidnas in a time that's long past the Cataclysm?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Because, like, what I was about to say is that, like, I imagine, like, obviously not to the exact same details. If I had to hazard a guess, maybe something, like, loosely similar to, like, what it was in the movie, where it's, like, maybe one of the Echidnas, like, told him to back off before all the Echidnas were wiped out, and maybe, like, Knuckles just had to, like, survive on his own.
Possibly. Or, you know what? Another thought occurred to me that could have
Maybe
also
they produce
been
asexually. I don't know.
Or, you know what they totally could... You know what Deus Ex Machina they could totally rely on to justify
What's
it?
that?
What's that?
Chaos control.
Oh.
You know what that is?
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say that they they reproduce by budding.
Can you? It's like, can you reproduce by budding? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I know. And they get this higher input. Jesus.
Give it your best shot. But yeah, no, that I'm just thinking back to how Sonic 06 pretty much made it so that chaos, like a more powerful chaos control, can literally just lead to time travel.
Yeah.
And then,
That is true.
They could totally run with that if they wanted to. But I mean, again, that's if you really want to think that hard on it, that's my current theory.
Well, I mean, it's funny in a sense, because I remember when I was younger, back when I was getting a little bit more, like, trying to get a little bit more into, like, Sonic theory, for lack of a better word, I had this theory about, like, what if, like, because the Master Emerald has the power to, like, control or neutralize the Chaos Emeralds, what if the Master Emerald itself was also capable of Chaos control, and Knuckles was able to, like, try to have a mastery of it through the Master Emerald?
It's very well possible.
The power that's inside.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I could totally see, like, how maybe the Echidna tribe, or I don't know, maybe it's honestly too convoluted to explain at this point.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe they'll be able to. Yes, it is just like very. There you go.
I'm really sorry. I'd like to bring this. I need to bring this up real quick. Logan, you should be thankful you were able to do this after a Starfall event.
Yep.
I had that misfortune, and it fucking sucked.
No. You know what it is? I want to say I did actually get to this part as you, and I just remember the problem is that because I remember being in the same position as you were. I feel like I remember being here and waiting like a solid 5 minutes just for the freaking slot machine to stop.
I mean, I just attempted it anyway, in spite, like, even with all that going on. It's like the UI just got in the way more often than not.
Yeah, you know,
Lo-
I know it's too late
Logan,
to patch.
your crane game sucks. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. You know, I know it's too late to patch this game considering it got its final DLC. But you know what would make?
Why are you going up?
But you know what would make this?
Oh.
What's up?
Line up the bigger machinery
Okay,
with
here's the
the
thing.
slots.
Here's the thing for everybody to pay attention to. This is why drop shadows are important.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like,
Very.
like in an update, add like a little drop shadow reticle underneath the crane cursor.
Which is, I mean, you know, that's fair. I'll give you that one. But I mean, when you're putting the ball in place in all those like slots, just line up the bigger machinery with the slots themselves.
That's a little too far.
That's what I did in my playthrough.
Again, like, when it's up close, that's one thing. Then it's when it's like it's when it's like off kilter a little bit. Like at this ice, as we're gonna soon learn, isometric angles and I do not mix.
At least not without proper drop shadows.
I'm just happy
Now
there's a
what?
crane game. I like crane games.
Well, I mean, you know what, Logan?
That's
It could have been
nice.
worse. It could have been one of those instances where they timed you.
The big boy.
Oh, hello.
Ball. Sphere.
Ball.
It does exist.
Oh my god, it's the
It's a
Okami.
big
It's
ball.
Okami's final boss.
Oh,
It was
jeez.
really just a big
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big ball that literally had the powers of God.
Yeah.
Sphere.
Oh my god.
So what do I do with this?
God just loves balls, you know?
Yeah, and inside that big giant ball.
Oh, you
was
passed
a
Knuckles.
fish.
Knuckles is in there.
Knuckles is
but
right
he-
there, dude.
But he needs 23 more tokens, and I don't want to give him 23 more.
Get 23, boy.
Fine.
Get 22, boy.
Where's that camera angle?
Fine.
You can
You
do it.
get
We believe in you.
Fucking, fucking Doug went into drill sergeant mode, just like.
Get 22, boy. I gotta
You
do
know-
24 push-ups.
Maybe we should have grinded. Maybe we should have grinded the fishing some more to get some more.
I
good
don't
stuff.
want to grind the fishing for all of
But I
it,
love
though.
fishing. But please, fishing.
It cheapens the experience if I do that every time.
Well, I would. But Mr.
Well, I mean,
No, shut up, Big. It cheapens the experience if I do that all the time.
fair, but it's also like these obstacle courses only give you like one at a time, which is like pretty paltry.
I know, and that I will 100% agree is
You
lame.
need to
I wish that I could like. I know that I 100%
So-
agree is lame. I wish it was possible to find more of those question mark ones that like you spin on it and it gives you like a butt ton of them. Like I love
Right?
those.
All right, during
Sonic
these obstacle
Frontiers
courses,
brings drama to a lot of people.
Cause
isn't that just Sonic in a nutshell?
that was just a fucking funny
No,
moment
no,
because
no,
you
no,
had
no.
James.
Is that
Hello, Shark.
I'm sorry.
Because you had James and Logan fucking arguing with each other and then MB crying in the background.
Well, to be fair, MB,
I just want big. I
I was about to say. Plus, I'm also convinced that MB was also crying because Big was crying when Logan told him to shut up.
But then I just laughed. But then I just laughed because. But then I just laughed because it reminded me of our freaking Donkey Kong Country 3 playthrough. When as Funky Kong, the minute that James left without saying anything to him, how immediately Funky broke down and just.
You're welcome for that, by the way.
Listen, Funky was lonely all by. Funky was lonely in old Canada.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
Big's only
None
two.
of the bears were talking to him. He thought he was just a sneaky monkey.
And plus,
Yes,
look at
another
it.
goober
Look
there.
at it through Big's perspective.
Yo.
He's trapped in this cyberspace,
more of that,
all
please.
by his lonesome. Lord knows where Froggy is at this point, or if he even is still a thing at this point. Big wants company.
So go fishing.
Listen, so long as we don't tell Big the natural lifespan of a frog, he'll be okay.
No, go fishing. Go fishing with him. There you go.
But I do still agree, Froggy
I
should have
don't
been
think
something.
Logan is
should have
going
been
to
a-
adhere to that request. He's basically just going
But-
to be like, nah.
Regardless of what I said, though, I do still think it was a missed opportunity that Froggy you couldn't fish him up.
I agree.
Yeah, just like
Oh, it's a
one
very
thing.
missed opportunity.
Like think of the payout that Big would have given you if you did that.
Oh, that'd be so cool if he like did that and he just gave
like,
you like, okay, you win.
You
no,
did it,
you win the
Sonic.
game.
You're
You
my,
get 10 gold tickets.
forget tickets.
It just gives him a big old bear hug, and you just hear bones cracking.
Aww.
I just want to.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say forget the tickets, and he just kills the NPC.
Oh.
Oh.
No. Not big.
Regular campaign or another story?
Yes.
Oh, another story, dude.
You don't.
I want him to become. I want him to become.
You
super,
underestimate how much Froggy means to Big.
That's true. He did team up with two miners to take out an evil maniacal genius just to find his frog.
Yes.
Technically,
I
an
have
evil
power,
tec-
bitch.
Technically, an evil maniacal genius's invention that went rogue.
Yes.
That is also true.
I forget why. Okay, I will admit, like, 'cause I'm not like the big gatekeeper of Sonic lore, like remembering all this. I forget why did Metal Madness go insane? There we go.
I just assumed that it might have been a malfunction.
Yeah, like I imagine
Most likely.
he just decided, wait a minute, why am I a lackey? I could be a villain if I wanted to.
Okay, fair enough. The old becomes so smart. Why should I be taking orders?
Essentially.
Where'd
I
you
mean,
come from?
listen.
Wait a minute.
I mean, listen, dude. You were there dubbing freaking what was it? Seasons of Chaos along with us. It's not unreasonable to assume that Metal Sonic went through that.
Yeah, I mean, after all,
Yeah.
Heavy Metal King did.
He touched the button.
But Heavy Metal King Heavy Metal King I always felt had more of an ego than Hyper Metal or Metal Sonic. Actually, Hyper Metal died.
I mean, let's be Hyper Metal Sonic, but no, I mean to be fair, Metal Sonic technically does, have a bit of Sonic's, for lack of a better word, DNA put inside him. Even though I mean, granted, you could definitely argue that was only OVA canon, but still,
So were those?
he was built to more or less mimic Sonic to
Go
a
talk
T.
to Knuckles.
so-
You already have
Picked
enough
up?
fucking tokens.
I'm on it. Do you see how far I gotta go? It's gonna take me like 30 seconds to get across this map.
Then rev up that spin dash.
So
Rev
were
up those fryers.
Those tokens were those fishing tokens?
Yes.
Is that what?
Yep.
Yep. So that means you
Yes.
should go fishing. I'm just saying.
Later.
I'm just saying.
Listen, MB. We'll definitely make time for fishing once we get to the next island. If we're able to find the portal
I
first.
require
There'll be more things to fish up, and
Yeah, because I want to say by this point we got 100% fish completion on Ares Island, but if not, we're close enough.
there'll be plenty of catch-up streams where I gotta find where I'm gonna have to do a lot of fishing to get enough to buy all the memory tokens I need to get because I want to find all the cyberspace gates and stuff. But for now, I think this video's already getting plenty long enough for what was supposed to be just a simple catch-up one.
You still need
Here
3
you go,
more to
Knuckles.
set.
The rest of your merit badges.
I'm gonna forget I heard that. No, you know what it is. I think that 3 was just showing. That was just the distance
Oh, okay.
calculator of how far away from me he was. He was officially 3 Sonics away.
Was there ever any doubt? Ready to go
Haha.
for some possible odds? Huh. We've faced worse. Here we go. Try to keep up.
Try to keep up, you dumbass.
My line.
Hey, that's my
Try to
line.
keep up as he's staying stationary. I love that.
Alright, here we go.
Go
that?
time in the mysterious cave, which makes you question why couldn't we have just done this sooner?
Because you needed to talk
Yeah,
to
'cause he wasn't-
Knuckles.
Okay.
Well, didn't you also need to do that crane mini game in order to open the way to begin with?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
but then,
which we already did.
We were just saying hey, I think that should be enough.
Yes, but you needed to
open
talk
up
to
the path.
Knuckles so that Knuckles could say, "Hint, but I can beat you, you stupid bitch."
Oh,
Alright, let's do this.
All right, go time,
We made it to the far northwestern side of the island.
and we're about to face our second
The
Titan.
worm.
Woo! Not the worm, that's Hollow Knight. This is the
No,
Wyvern.
the worm. He worm.
Wormy.
That ain't how it's
Can
spelled.
I pet him? Can I pet him?
he doesn't look
We're gonna have to get
pettable,
pretty
MB.
close for that.
And I want to pet him.
Well, problem is that we actually do need to pet him because again, the Chaos Emerald is hidden on top of its chest. Thank you.
It's not his chest, its
I want to
head.
pet him.
Its head.
Yeah, if it was in his chest, that would be inappropriate.
That would be very inappropriate, Logan. Are you thinking of Wyvern
Oh.
chest?
Doug, imagine if when we were doing this refight during another story, we started right here. Yeah, my sentiments
Fucking
exactly.
remind me. Don't fucking remind me, boy.
Don't worry. We'll save that for when we actually get to that part.
Now what? Yep.
Where is he?
Pet
Over
him.
there.
He's up there.
Pet him.
Oh, okay.
Pet him.
I gotta wait for him to get close. He's not far enough.
Pet him.
I don't think he wants to be pet right now.
He's like, no.
Or maybe you're supposed to
I think you
actually
have to go to the
climb up
tower.
You have to
tower.
go to the tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I actually never went this pathway before, so that's the first for me.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I saw that pathway too.
Well, there you go.
Now we just gotta wait it out.
Hey, pet him.
Thank you, Momentum Sonic, because you normally would not have been able to make that jump before.
Oh, there he is.
I know, right?
Alright, so here we go. Alright, so now this is where you start that refight from, so, get ready, I guess.
Hello there.
And now!
Okay.
Can you do it?
Now you think that would be the end of it.
But, unfortunately for Sonic, he is a wily one.
He don't like being petted.
Aw, poor pet.
Oh, well,
It's making... it's a ribbon twirler. I love these dance routines.
Oh.
you know, the Olympics really stepped up their game this year.
No kidding.
Sonic, use your other hand.
Yes.
Okay.
Why do I always properly wax and clean my gloves? They have
Oh
no
my
grip.
god! I just realized.
Yeah.
What?
Imagine once we get to Mario and Sonic at the 2024 Olympic Games, they actually
yeah,
bring
yeah.
this in as a dream event.
Oh, that actually. Fighting against any of the types we need.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do? Did they do the last Olympic Games?
They did.
Technically,
They
did.
did. Wasn't it also made by the same people who made the Mario and Luigi games as well, and they went out of business?
Alpha
I
Dream
don't
were
remember.
involved, yes, but otherwise it was still primarily Sega's sports team. That being said, though, I know that technically came out just as it was pretty much confirmed that the Olympics were being delayed by about a year due to COVID.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, we're ready for the
So
Olympics.
technically,
Oh.
Mario and Sonic were there for the 2020 Olympic Games, but no one else were.
Oh, that's right. That was the one where it was in Japan, so they had all the retro
Yeah, they
games and stuff
did.
as well.
Mhm.
Right.
The
It,
1964 Olympic Games.
it's the one where most of the characters actually dressed accordingly instead of just the girls.
Clean shave!
Oh, jeez.
But
I dare you to put that up.
But you know what? That being said, that would be an interesting idea to have these something like this involved in the dream events for the next Olympic Games, where they still refuse to update the roster.
Yeah,
And
they'll
there you
just
go.
put
Pet.
they'll just put in
Pet,
guest
pet.
characters as usual.
Petting.
Now time to make sure he stays pet. But yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna be in
exactly.
Paris, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. For now, you know the drill. Rock on with song number 2.
Super pet. He's super petting.
Petting.
I do agree with Doug here that this one is a really good song.
Agreed.
Yep. No, my favorite. I said in the previous, in the first session, if I remember. I'm still saying the night one is still my favorite.
Oh hell.
Agreed. Same here.
That one just goes fucking hard.
So this one I'll definitely say is probably a close second.
Oh, it's a very close second.
Those are some
Aggressive
very
petting.
intense pets there.
Very aggressive super pets.
He's gonna be aggressive once we get to the fucking last story of stuff.
Yeah. Again, enjoy these cakewalks of Titan bosses while you can in New Game Plus.
Literally.
Oh, hypno rings.
It's like letting off a bunch of excess energy. So of course we gotta make sure to they're just good bops. I don't know.
No, they are. They're really good.
They really are.
True.
And this a sense of speed of flying around the whole freaking map with him is so sick.
Just imagine if you have the
It's
freedom
like-
to explore the worlds as Supersonic without having it be just tied to a boss fight.
Oh, dude,
That
the
would've
game would
been
be. Listen, the game would be fucking crying if that were possible, considering all the geometry that has to load up.
Whoa.
Well, it's simple.
I mean,
Just
here it's an exception because why should those be up and running in a boss fight?
You know what? Take a chapter from Spyro, have it be like it's always there, but they just look a lot less detailed when he's further away.
I mean, fair, but it's also one of those things where again, this game's already poorly optimized as it is. I don't think, adding supersonic into those kinds of, like in the traditional levels would, help matters.
That's fair.
Wait for a mod or something to do it. Meanwhile, nope.
Agreed.
Get him. Aggressively pet him.
Pet him in his chin,
Chin scratching.
So-
and then pile drive him.
So yeah, we're gonna do something a little bit more aggressive than just petting.
We're petting him inside and out.
Oh, I was about to be realistic and basically say we're gonna kill him.
You ever seen you ever seen that Itchy and Scratchy short at the beginning of the Simpsons movie?
I've never even seen the Simpsons movie.
Not bad if it's not bad watch. Anyway.
Ooh.
Not gonna lie, Logan, you did that almost in sync with the actual length of the actual song, because I almost did that in my second playthrough.
Yeah!
We gave him a
That
nice
last
snack.
explosion, I dare you to add in a burp.
Huh?
Lesson learned: never give a dog a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Poor doggo.
And never let a dog get stung by a bee unless you really want it to look funny.
Oh, don't
bad,
don't
but
joke
really
with that.
funny.
That happened with one of my dogs before, and I was
Oh, did-
tempted to go murder a bee when I saw that poor thing.
And we'll get back to Super Knuckles and Tails at one point.
Eventually,
Eventually.
I've got one more Titanbot to go. Hopefully I'll
maybe they'll go a little further than last time. But I mean, no one's saying. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. Regardless, we're finally done with Ares Island. It only took us like 2 sessions.
It was mainly just because trying to find all the dang tokens. I'll do a better job of it in the next island.
Also, someone point out
I
the
mean,
fact.
we're
Also, someone pointed out like a neat attention to detail with the fact that like even as Supersonic, he flinches when Knuckles is about to punch him, like a little nod to the fact that yes, canonically Knuckles is strong enough to knock him out of his super form.
True.
that is true.
And again, even the movie remembered that.
Yep.
Oh, conquered Ares Island,
Anyway.
and who knew? Once again, the freaking the anti-air Sonic League. You would think that they would have more. You would think that Eggman would immediately invest in this technology.
Well, again, he's
Well, I
having
mean,
a
hey, at
hard
least they
time
don't
getting
waste.
it.
Well, hey, look at it this way. At least they waste no time in this.
There you go.
Man, not again.
So once more, all the Chaos Emeralds go scattering on this new island, and I gotta find out just what the heck is going on.
While Sonic rests
So,
on
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to probably the lowest point of Sonic Frontiers.
while Sonic
Yeah.
nurses a migraine.
Welcome to
there.
Chaos Island.
It's a really cool. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a really cool idea for an island, and especially again with the mobility upgrades. I'm very curious to see how my second time visiting this place is going to be. But genuinely, I think its lowest point, as you will see in the next session, is like you have this open zone gameplay, 100%. So what happens if we remove the open zone entirely and repeatedly put you into fixed camera perspectives in the middle of nowhere? Like you would think, like you would think that okay, you're moving around the middle of the area. Surely, nope, bam, you're in a locked camera perspective out of nowhere.
So many 2D segments in this one island. It drove
fucking
me
many.
nuts over after a while.
And they'll catch you off guard, like because again, like there's no warning. Like I'll just be cruising along, and then suddenly I'll probably wind up in a side-scrolling thing that I didn't even mean to.
Yep,
And
like
that-
it's like if you hit the wrong spring or you hit the wrong speed zipper, then you go straight into his automated segment, whether you like it or not. And it's so hard to exit out of it too. It's like, I mean,
Red Mountain.
you know what? That probably would have saved a lot of stress if, like, maybe once you go into one, like, there's a button prompt that'll ask you if you want to, go back to the Z-axis.
'Cause, yeah, here we are, another one. Ow.
Ow, my shoes.
Yeah, we'll figure out what these wrenches are for and exactly what this island has going for it in the next session. So.
And we'll also figure out why exactly Sonic's not looking too hot right now. I mean, look at him.
Again,
Oh yeah, like I thought that was just because he got slammed into by that laser, but no, even now he doesn't look too good.
Poor buddy.
Yeah, no, it's like whatever's been ailing him ever since he freed Amy and Knuckles is starting to take a toll on him.
So yeah, stay tuned for the next session, everybody.
Stay tuned for more chaos.
Bye bye.
I need a supersonic aspirin.
Yeah,